What's up YouTube, and thank you for watching the Soldier Barber Life. Today in this video I'm going to be demonstrating how I do my lineup process, just all the steps that I do for every client that I have, the lineup process that I go through, the preparation, which is the most important part, and everything that it takes for me to have the outcome that I get with my clients. So after all the fading is complete, the next step that I do is I just pull my neck duster and I'll just clean off the face and the hairline one last time, make sure there isn't any hairs on the face. And then what I do is I use my Wall 19 hot lather machine and I will apply hot lather onto the hairline. And once I apply that on there, I'll really kind of work that in and really try to cleanse that skin, get it all good and ready to go. If there's any dirt, oils, anything like that, my whole purpose in this is I want to have the skin and the hairline clean. Any area that I'm going to be trimming and shaving, whether it's the beard, mustache, the hairline, I put this hot lather on there and then just really try to clean that whole area out. So the next step that I do is I will be applying a hot towel to the face, and this will just help in that cleanse process. And it's also just one of those luxury services that I do provide, just trying to go above and beyond what the normal standards and things are for haircuts. So this is part of my process that is cleansing the skin, but it's also therapeutic. So what I'll do is I'll get my Babyliss FX massager, and then I will hold that towel in place, and then I will massage the client's face as well. And this has the massaging part of it is good for them, it feels good, but that also is just helping kind of work in that lather to clean up and extract any of those dirts and oils. So the next step that I do is I will go through with that hot towel, and then I will wipe off all the lather, any lather that's sitting there that may be excess. I'll go through and wipe all that off, clean up the whole area, and make sure that it's all clean and prepped, ready to go. So my next step is I will get my blow dryer and I will put it on cool air, and then I will actually blow off the hairline. If there's any type of moisture, if it's anything wet on there, I just want to dry all that out before I go through and put the hairspray on. So my next step is I sit my client back up, remove the headrest, and then I will go through and grab my hairspray and also have like a face shield, and I will go through and I will spray just the hairline. I use this face shield because you don't want to get any of that overspray onto your client's face. You just want to spray the areas of the hairline that you're actually trying to get the hairspray applied to harden it up and keep those hairs locked in place. So the next step that I do is I come through with my blow dryer and I have it on the cool air setting, and I am using my brush and I'm just brushing down those hairs, making sure all of them are laying down, laying flat, and getting it all ready for when I come through and line it up with the trimmers. So my next step is I will adjust my client's head to where I have the best visual looking at it, to where I can see their full hairline, and I always start my hairlines in the middle and I work my way to the corners. When you have your client's hairlines, you want to look at wherever the highest point is on that hairline so you can kind of make it even all the way around. As a barber, sometimes you are going to have to push back your client's hairline, but a lot of times if you're experienced and you know what you're doing, then it has been called a professional pushback. So I'm not talking about just completely pushing your client's hairline back to where it's crazy, but sometimes you have clients' hairlines that one side is higher than the other, so you need to make it even so it'll be symmetrical. So I'm just going through there, and like I say, I started in the middle and I'll work my way to one side, and then I will go back to the middle and work my way over to the other side. I will hit the vertical bars, I will look at it, just look at it and keep kind of eyeballing it from different angles to see if it is symmetrical and see if I need to make any adjustments. So when I'm working on tapers or anytime I'm lining up the back of the client's neck, I like to start at the bottom and then work my way up to the ear, and just kind of work my way up and down. You just want to make sure that you don't push this area back. Like I say, you want to use your good judgment in this, because you do have to push it back some to make it crispy, but at the same time you don't want to push it back so much that it's just way over the ear, and when it grows back in it just looks nasty. So you just want to do that, and then when I get up to the top of the ear, I use the corners of my blade and work my way around that ear. So now that I have gone and I am satisfied with the natural lineup, what I do is I go back and I will apply enhancements. And when you're applying these enhancements, you want to apply the enhancements right on top of the natural hairline. Don't put it to where it won't be on the natural hairline, because when the enhancements go away, the natural hairline will be crazy. Just when it comes to enhancements, on the vertical bars, you want to make sure that you spray at an angle, not directly at it, because that overspray won't look right. So any other time, I'll just go through there and like I say, I'll work up top, work my way across, just light sprays, not trying to make it too crazy dark. I want it to look natural but filled in and have that enhanced look. The enhancement that I use is the Tune 45 No Drip. I've used a lot of different enhancements, but I seem to like this one the most. It lasts the longest. I just love the matte look that it leaves, the matte finish that it has. So I've definitely been rocking with that. And then the compressor that I use is the Quivino air compressor. That's a nice, inexpensive air compressor that you can get off of Amazon. And right now I am using my the Pivot transparent enhancement card. I like this enhancement card because it's like I say, it's transparent, so you can see through it and see the hairline to make sure that you're not spraying incorrectly. So after I've applied those enhancements on there, I recline my client back and I will go in and I'm going to follow up that hairline with a straight razor. For me, I do it dry, and the reason I do it dry is because I have more experience, and it kind of gives it a lot more crispiness effect to it. But I would say if you are a beginner, definitely use shave gel every time. If you're more experienced, then it's kind of up to you. It's your option if you want to shave dry or if you want to use the shave gel. Also, it depends on your client too. So if your client breaks out, then definitely you should use some shave gel. But when I'm doing this, I'm using my Tune 45 triple cartridge, and I have the most exposed cartridge on there. And I love this because I can see the whole blade and see exactly what I'm doing. When I was a beginner barber, I definitely preferred using the least exposed blade because it had more of a safety feature to it. If I wasn't comfortable with that fully exposed blade, then I would use that blade that wasn't exposed that much, and it helped me out a lot. But that's what I like about the Tune 45 triple cartridge razor, is you have 3 different levels. So depending on what haircut you're doing or what you're doing, you actually can sit up there and switch between the cartridges. So one additional tip that I want to recommend is anytime you're using a straight razor, you want to pull at the skin, and you pull the skin in the opposite direction of what you're razoring. So you want to put tension on the skin, because if you don't have tension on the skin, you will nick your clients. And like I say, sometimes I do use the shave gel around this client's chin and their facial hair area. I do prefer to use the shave gel just because of the area that it's in. It just helps it glide smoother on there. And you see my client, he look at himself, he's looking in the mirror, he's checking himself out, he's feeling it, you know what I mean? That's what your client's supposed to be like, man. You see that smile you put on their face, he's feeling himself right now. He know that the cut's coming together, that hairline's popping, and he knows that he's about to be feeling good when he leaves my chair. So the last step that I do is I come back in with my trimmer, and I'm just brushing down on that hair, cleaning up any loose hairs, any stragglers. You just want to brush that hair forward and knock any of those little straggler hairs down. That way, if they do anything with their hair, the hairline will still be crispy regardless of what they do to it. And this is the final product. So hopefully this video was able to help you out and show you my lineup process. And if there's some things about it that you like, you'll be able to adopt it and use it in your own techniques. Thank you guys for watching.